This parrot's having an exciting day out on the town. It's a dog sound, Keith.
No. Parrots can mimic anything.
There's that one parrot.
Everything's a parrot sound.
Dude, there's this specific bird in the Amazon rainforest, perhaps, that is like the most accurate at imitating sounds of any bird in the world. But the saddest thing is that it imitates the sounds of chainsaws now, because its forest is getting so destroyed that like it mimics chainsaw sounds.
Noises.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what that sounds like now.
You can find videos of them on YouTube. But they do chainsaws, and they did this one where they're showing off that this guy took a picture of them with like a camera sound, like a click, camera sound, and they could mimic it back.
And they took them out with a chainsaw. Plot twist. Alright, so we tried Have You Forgotten Something, and it doesn't work, right? We tried the save number, which gave us information. And
yes.
We need one more piece of information to proceed. And this one gave us an evidence screen. So let's take what we've learned so far and go with that.
Okay, Polly.
So how do we connect Polly with the identity of the person? I think I know where to go from here. Because we have this case file where then like we have to pick categories from it apparently. Like last time we did the case summary and that gave us the date.
What was the other ones? Is case summary,
Suspect and victim.
Suspect.
So the suspect is the guy we're going after. So
are there
click on that and see if there's suspect information that ties into Polly.
I guess so.
That's all I can think of.
I like how it doesn't tell us if there are photographs in this case file or not. Because can't you just show Polly like a picture of her dad and Polly?
Whoa.
We were able to look at this whole time? Were we able to look at this whole time?
I didn't know we could open
what the
this.
Heck? You have the controller, you fool!
You could have noticed a prompt too.
No!
Yes, you could. I didn't know we could look at it. We usually can't look at things.
Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at time of incident. No clues found on the scene. So that whole bullshit
So that's the
about
case summary. So that's where the date comes from. This is how we're supposed to know. Victim data: Gregory Edgeworth, age 35, defense attorney, trapped in elevator,
35.
returning from a lost trial with son. Miles Edgeworth, age 9, one bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Suspect Yanni Yogi, age 37, court bailiff, trapped in elevator with Miles Edgeworth's memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancee Polly Jenkins committed suicide.
What the heck? We could have known this.
Wow, that would have made this easier.
Oh my gosh, we're stupid.
In my defense, here's the other identical looking item in the inventory, which you can't open.
Well, okay, how did, so if you, because that's the check.
Has the little A,
oh my gosh.
which is pretty subtle.
That's...
I had no reason to think I could read that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I was saying earlier, I was like, someone in the audience is going to be like, why don't you guys do this? This is the thing that they're mad at us about. I'm sorry.
Well, now it's really obvious. That would have made it really obvious.
We are fools.
Alright, well. I did it on accident because I pressed A instead of Y when I was picking it as evidence. I just opened it on accident.
So you could have presented it. We would have never known. We could have looked at it.
Yeah.
And then we would have been like, how are we supposed to know that? We would have thought about that forever.
Yeah. The DL6 case file. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time. The funny thing is I was going to be correct probably anyway.
But we're just by guessing?
Because I just said, like, oh yeah, it'll have to be on the suspect page because we're trying to tie it to him, so that's where that information would be. It wouldn't be on Edgeworth's dad's page that we were to use the case summary. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in the file is the information connected to the parent's name? It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Everyone has an ironic name in this one, but this one's the darkest one.
And the funniest part being that, like I said, it's the biggest trope amongst all parrots to be named Polly for some reason.
Yeah.
So
it's like everyone has this ironic pun name in this game. And then Polly Jenkins had the most tragic name of all, which is that she was named after her fate, which is that she would commit suicide and then a pet would be named after her that ironically would be normally named Polly. It's like a really dark fate for her name to be like a joke retroactively after she kills herself. It's like, oh no.
Well,
Can you imagine a world where every name is like a weird, dark, ironic joke about how they die or what their fate will ultimately be or like what their job will be or something, and what like some of them are like really cryptic references to their death or something?
Man, that'd be fascinating. You spend like your whole life trying to crack the code to your own name, and then right before you die, you're like, "This is why I was named like Krushinsky." Like as the safe falls on you and you die.
We're gonna spend this whole game and maybe even future games trying to figure out how Robert Hammond is going to die in a pig stampede.
Hammond, oh no!
Well, he was trying to. No, he gets shot while trying to steal a prize pig. Because he was the ham robber.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get up and leave right now. Goodbye.
We're in
Goodbye.
quarantine.
Oh no!
You cannot escape the jokes of these magnitude.
Oh no!
You're trapped.
I need a mask for these jokes.
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
That's also kind of fucked up. You just have to think about your fiance's death every time you look at your beautiful parrot.
Yeah. What should I name after my fiancée?
A dog. She's a bitch.
What about a really irritating animal that never shuts up? Something shrill. Oh no!
So I thought it was cute because I think it was a San Francisco Zoo. They have like a thing where you can donate to support specific animals. So it's like you can like I used to have a kangaroo that was like in my name, and I'd get like updates on my kangaroo that I adopted. I gave money to, you know. But you could, for Valentine's Day, in your ex's name, adopt a cockroach or a tarantula or like a centipede to like insult them, and they get a letter in the mail saying that they like named one of these after them, or they like were support. Like it was like a representation that they were bad people.
It's a way to fund unpopular animals out of spite.
That was exactly it. My thought process was like, I love all those animals, so I would love to sponsor them. I would take that as a beautiful compliment. But the whole point was they're trying to get people to donate to the unpopular animals by letting you do it in your ex's name.
I see. I guess that is possible. Oh, he doesn't agree with your theory. A mere coincidence, that's all. He just coincidentally wrote his safe combination as being the date of this murder trial, while also naming his pet after the
dead fiance.
Coincidence. That's what you call things that people do electively by choice when there's infinite combinations and they land on that specific one.
I mean, it could technically be a coincidence still.
Yeah, that's why I needed two parts, I'm guessing. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Damn, are we throwing shade my way? I would love to have a dog named after me. Dogs are precious. I just don't like the idea of you being in a room with a dog. You'd taser it. Oh no. This guy's the worst.
Only if the dog was holding evidence, Keith.
This guy has ruined turquoise earrings forever for me.
Well, I'm gonna go order some turquoise earrings right now.
Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. I don't know why you need to point that out.
And now you're accusing me of being a pervert. Thanks.
Yeah. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, it is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. Yeah.
Good job, Judge. That's like one of the smartest things you've ever said.
I think that's also like I think that's just a phrase, isn't it?
I've never heard that like as like a colloquial phrase before. Like,
yeah, I think there's another step to it. I think it's normally two things as a coincidence and three as a pattern or something.
Three's a crowd.
I think I've heard a version
Two wrongs
of that.
That make a right.
What are you saying? You're about to get skunked, boy. Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Summon him. Make him appear before me.
Witness, tell us your name.
My name's Objection.
Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay.
Whoa! He transformed. he digivolved.
Yana Yogiman.
Oh gosh.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
Like you do.
He's just standing up straight.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. Yeah, he's just standing differently. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity as a murder man. He actually does straight up look like a different person. He like inflated. Acting.
His posture is much better.
15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as the bailiff in this very court.
So you could change his voice if you wanted to.
Yeah, but I just started doing a character that already exists. Order. Order.
Were you doing Phoenix Wright?
I think so. I think I just read the line. Yanni Yogi? So it wasn't you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. It literally did. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing.
But I thought wait.
Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, fuck up that 9-year-old. I have no regrets. You should have many regrets. For example, the murder. And also example, the other murder.
Yes.
Could have just not done those things, really. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth. What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma? Where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I don't... The judge doesn't know what happens in this courtroom at all.
Did he just close his eyes for 10 minutes and then open his eyes again and say, "Oh, where did he go?" Did he not see
the time it passed?
Someone
He just blacked out.
There's a bailiff here right now. Did he not see the bailiff take him away?
Yeah. I saw no room for error in his confession. And the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent in this case, at least. Wait, so Karma decided to arrest him for being guilty without the judge declaring him guilty?
Well, Karma already takes,
This judge has no idea what's happening in this room.
Well, Karma's been controlling all the all of his cases and telling the judge what to do. This judge has no say in any of this.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of the suspicion for this particular case.
Just because somebody... I'm just saying, just because somebody confesses doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Like there's a confession tapes thing on Netflix that's all like, hang on a minute. All of these are fucky.
I mean, granted, in this situation, I will take it at face value, but I think this has to be tried on a different day. I don't think you can just change the court case to be a new court case in the middle of the court case.
It's also time for us to question, like, who's the person that's out to get Edgeworth? Because it wasn't him. Well, it was him, but it was also somebody else.
Is Von Kerma?
Do we? Maybe.
I thought there was some reason we thought that.
Maybe.
Oh, because it's his handwriting. Because it's his handwriting.
Oh, was it in Von Kerma's head? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because
Hammond, reckon? No.
No, the Grossberg.
Yeah, I keep thinking his name's Hammond. Whoops.
Why do you think that, Keith?
I don't know.
But Gross.
Is it because the Ham name or the Grossberg name, which means in German large, is what Gross means. Gross.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's likely why his name's Grossberg.
Gross weight. Like when you look at the gross weight, or like
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's likely why they named him that, since all the names are like references, except for the one that's not. But maybe that one is, and we just haven't decoded it yet.
I thought you were going to try to accuse him of stealing ham.
The ham bandit.
Hambit.
So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Robert Hammond. Any objections?
Yes, you're not supposed to do it like this, Judge. This has to be a different court case.
Yeah, but if no one's on your side, then fuck you, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Boop, boop.
Oh, he's talking about this case. Okay, that's fine. Cheers. I like how they have confetti in the courtroom. That's
gotta clean that up every case.
Yeah.
Oh, not every case. Only 1 in 100 cases.
Do you do confetti 1 in 100? Like,
because that's the only time they're ever declared not guilty.
Oh.
And the other 99, they pull out the guillotine right there. They just roll it out.
The confetti comes down, but it's red.
It's from the neck. Neck-fetti.
Heads will roll.
Well, this was actually over. This is over pretty quick. That is all. This court is adjourned. We had to find surprisingly little evidence to actually prove. You see his little face? You see his dumb little face?
Who said this? Von Karma had a smiley face, but his is objection.
Yeah, he had a smiley face, but his face, his voice is super deep.
Yeah.
Was it Edgeworth that said objection?
That's maybe.
My God. Because I don't have his voice down as well. Here I was saying, wow, this was over surprisingly quick.
You know, it's
do you find it weird that we spent like 3 days on this? But like, we found almost no evidence to actually exonerate Edgeworth.
No, because we were busy trying to find the freaking Loch Ness Monster. Yeah,
we just linked the guy that probably did it to the murder based on we just gave him a motive, and then he just confessed. We found very little forensic evidence that actually helps us say that Miles wasn't the murderer, because we spent all the time looking at the samurai dog's floaty and the Loch Ness Monster, and then DL6 incident. We did very little actual casework to try to come up with any evidence.
I feel like in the other cases that we've dealt with, there's been more like of us researching that specific incident. I feel like in this one we just researched like adjacent incidents.
Yeah, we just played a wacky adventure game, and then the murderer just confessed.
I already forgot the name of the monster. That incident, we researched Gordy.
It's a gourd lake.
Yeah, we did
also known as a lake.
We did a lot of Heart's whole Gordy side quest, and then we did the whole DL6 kind of side quest, but we put no actual research into this specific case because there's like nothing to research.
The grand total of all of our forensic evidence
we can't get on the boat.
Yeah, the grand total of all of our forensic evidence that tried to claim that Edgeworth wasn't the murderer was just that he's left-handed or right-handed or whatever.
Which is
the shakiest evidence because anyone could just switch hands.
You could be ambidextrous. You can't, you know.
You can perform tasks technically with the wrong hand. It's possible. So
yeah.
It's like that being our only evidence is pretty weak, and that's basically all we got. It's like, that's my attorney's badge. That's the autopsy report, which is not really evidence we gathered at all. Here's the one evidence we gathered. No.
Everything else was evidence about DL6.
Yeah, most of these are evidence for a different case. Oh, it's time for this to come up.
Yep.
This hasn't come up yet.
Well, we gotta
maybe we're gonna prove to Edgeworth that he never killed anyone because he doesn't believe it. It's like, I'm the bad guy. That's why he hasn't been helping us ever.
That's what I said earlier. That's what I said before. Is like they're not gonna let Edgeworth be the person that killed his dad because it's not good for his for us to continue knowing his character. It's gonna make us sad as the player.
Yeah.
They're gonna exonerate him.
So we have to tease this out. Did somebody say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means no. Okay, for us, this is a reveal, Phoenix, but for you, you can just hear the voices.
You can face the other way.
You don't have to process of elimination who said a thing when the person who said it is like your childhood friend.
And also in the room with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there. You're looking at him. You saw him say it.
Wait, he went to the witness stand. Or wait, he was already there in the previous background scene.
Yeah,
Edgeworth?
Exactly, yeah.
Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean?
I like how he's like pointing to the side, but the judge is directly in front of him.
Yeah. I'm not innocent at all. It's weird to see him at this angle. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty.
Quick, shoot him.
You have a gun. You have a gun. You can do it.
Take the shot. Take the shot.
He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad.
This isn't a trial for that.
I know. That's what I'm saying is you can't do it like that.
Uh-oh, what do I do? Objection! You activated my trap card that's activated my trap cards. Reverse Uno, you're reverse Uno. It's Uno's reverses all the way down. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
I object to your objection of that objection.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? Karma, you spiteful little shit. That has nothing to do with you. I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That'd be Larry. Yeah, we remember. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Out that window. For 15 years. So this is why this was so weirdly short for a court day. Well, shit's going down.
We knew it was going to be half this case, half DL6 case.
Yeah.
Like I already knew this was going to show up.
But we were almost done with the entire court day in an hour and a half, and that's with us talking about other stuff most of that time. So it's like, holy fuck, that was quick. But it's because it's a fucking plot twist. Which makes sense, because this used to be the final case of the original game. So this is the ending.
Ooh.
And then they added a new case when it came out on the DS, which I've heard might be exceptionally long. So get ready for that.
Ha ha ha.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Look at this fucking boy band stance he's in.
Yeah, see, like, if he was on stage for a boy band, I could see him sweeping his finger across the audience, pointing at all the girls that are, like, screaming at him.
Yep, and wave your purple rod.
What?
Purple for Edgeworth. I was thinking K-pop and stuff, where they have all the little wands that are different color based on which team they're rooting for, basically.
Or for, like, which pop idol they like the best.
Yeah.
The groups that have, like, 13 of different girls in it, so you gotta, like, have your favorite.
Because they're weird little light rods where you can change the color of it. Like, there's, like, a switch on them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a whole fandom.
I'm well aware.
That's them all got buzzed because we talked about K-pop.
They're all like, ooh, which one's your favorite? My favorite's that one.
I can't name one.
All I know is Girls' Generation, because that G, which is GEE, is such a banger. Not gonna lie, that song's so fucking good. But K-pop's pretty immoral, and I feel like the people involved in it are modern slaves, so I'm concerned about all of them.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
In part because there's even outside of the actual industry itself, there's just sort of like a distressing, like, creepy purity culture where everyone has a parasocial relationship with the members of the band and obsesses over, like, their relationship status and stuff, and, like, it's like a massive, like, scandal if you, like, they're seen holding hands with the boy or something like that, and it's like, don't encourage this weird toxic shit where the audience, like, feels like they have ownership over this woman's life, because that's creepy as shit.
Now that you've seen Paranoid Agent, you have to watch Perfect Blue with me, because it's by the same guy, and that's what it's about. And
it's a movie.
Yeah, it'll
be about what I hoped Tokyo Mirage Sessions was about, and it wasn't about. I was super mad. The people that make Persona and everything did a whole RPG about J-pop idols, and it didn't analyze it at all. It was just like a fun, wacky thing to do with your life, and I'm like, gross. Gross how, like, they didn't even question this at all. They didn't even look into any of this. They're just like, haha, yay, we. I can't name a single K-pop idol, I don't think, but I think I can, if they count in J-pop, I could say Baby Metal.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think they count. I don't know what the distinction is.
I'm not sure if like, I don't know if J-pop. Well, I guess Perfect Blue is about J-pop. I was gonna say I don't know if I think they're kind of toxic no matter what, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I think they're two pretty similar fandoms in music cultures. That particular section of each of them.
I mean, America's not great either, but we have, like, a very different perception of what is appealing. So it's like we like when, like, say Miley Cyrus goes from being Disney Puritan
what a rogue
cuteness,
she can't be tamed,
to being like super. Ew. That's the name of the song. Is it really?
Yeah, she has a song called "Can't Be Tamed."
See, I didn't even know that.
That was the joke. That was around the time where she was in, like, wrecking ball mode and shit.
And she's gonna sing some 9 Inch Nails on Black Mirror and be all edgy. No, but we like when our pop idols get all strung out and, like, do some drama, and Britney Spears shaves her hair and stuff. Like, we don't really create the best pop idols either.
That was in the middle of the dark times for her. That's not great either.
And but we caused this, so it's like we don't that's the South Park celebrity episode. Culture isn't great.
That's the South Park episode that was a parody of Shirley Jackson's The Lottery. The one where they all go to the lottery together, and they've apparently been doing it forever, and they all pull pieces of paper out of a thing, and then whoever draws the black spot gets stoned to death.
Oh.
And it's like I think it's like a ritual for harvest or something. It was we read it in school, but there was also, like, there's a movie adaptation that's like a 20-minute short film type thing. That's just on YouTube. And then there's a whole episode of South Park, the one that's about Britney Spears, where the top of her head's, like, blown off and she's still, like, gurgling and running around and stuff. That's all, like, a parody of the lottery. And then they had set their sights on the one for next year, which I think was Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, yeah.
There's like an annual harvest of, like, which like female American pop idol they're gonna, like, just ruin.
Amanda Bynes. I mean, that's not a pop idol, but Amanda Bynes showed up again recently, and she's, like, got a face tattoo now. Amanda. She's, like, suddenly engaged to some guy that nobody knows, and she's, like, pregnant with this kid, and everyone's really concerned about that.
Yeah.
All these people. These poor people.
Order! Order! Get on topic, motherfuckers.
Yeah, sorry.
This is certainly unexpected.
Amanda Bynes, I wasn't expecting that.
No one was. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. This is not how courts work. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. Really? Waited the last second for that one. Procrastinating on your guilt.
Why does he look so surprised? We've been talking about this. This has come up so many times, Judge. Don't look so surprised.
He only
about
has
this.
like 3 faces.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
I'm glad I have more than 3 faces.
Yeah. So you think.
Oh no.
I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah.
Bah humbug.
It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now.
No, that's not how this works.
We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
He was 9 at the time. Does that
still even work?
Yeah, so he's a minor, or he was a minor. Do we try him
exceptionally
as a
young minor?
As a minor now? I don't understand how this works.
Yeah. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Get the fuck out of my office! Get out!
He's like, I had dinner plans with my wife. I was gonna leave here. Now I'm stuck doing another court case.
Yeah, at the ripe old time of 2:30 p.m.
Hey man, he's an old man. He's got that early bird special.
Yeah, we've been all working for a whole 4 hours today. How are we gonna cope?